Hey traders, what's up? This is the watch list video for April 26th, which is going to be a Tuesday. Originally, I tweeted that I wasn't going to be making a video tonight because from what I'm hearing, like most of the state of Florida, at least when it comes to Comcast or Xfinity, internet was down, but it came back up. I was starting to do it through a phone, the hotspot thing on my computer, and then it came back up. So anyway, I'm going to be able to do a video. So here we go. The SPY, really nice reversal today. Had the gap down, sell off, but then end up going out at its highs. It was really, really oversold, so it's not uncommon. And most of you in a chat room will understand this is a good example of why when something's pretty beaten up, I'll take today's candle out of it, and we get a gap down, that's one of my favorite setups for a potential long. Now, having said that, I didn't play the SPY long, but it's just another good example when something's oversold, or you could say overbought. When it's overdone in one direction, a lot of times you get a nice snapback bounce, and that's where we make a lot of the money on our bounce plays. So a couple highlights from today. I'm going to get right into the video. For all I know, I'm going to lose internet again. But VERU, just a couple. I think I made a couple calls in this one, and one was this whole number flush. I missed this big run, but one was a whole number flush, looking for it under 13 in the buy zone, and look what it does. It goes down to 1292. So anyone sitting in that bottoming tail right there, you got, a pretty nice move to over 1340, and actually went a little higher than that, went to 1355 from a grab under 13. So, and I got a few thank yous for that. I do love that pullback play. I also mentioned the late day 14 break, which it did right there. And as I said, I had to leave. I think I left right about when this happened. But you made a few bucks if you took that through 14. It went to 1437 before it came back down a little bit. What else? Disney. I had on Bounce Watch, but I'm going to give a hat tip and really no, okay, wait a minute. I'm getting too confused. Disney was my idea over the early high, which it put in right here, 119. Actually, when it was coming up here, I remember now I said the 119 break might just get you the high of day break, which would technically be the bounce play trigger entry. So we kind of use a whole number inflection point combined with a bounce play setup to get in a little bit early. 119 was the break there, and it ended up going to 120.33. As a day trader, when you get long here and you get a move like this and you sell into it, you make some nice money too. And then the other one I was thinking of was Alcoa, which my chart's messed up here, right? It looks like it opened. I'm hovering over what's the opening candle. Looked like it opened at 67.37, but only on my charts because my chart's messed up. 67.37, right? Switch to twos, and you'll see it didn't open at 67.37. It opened down here at 64.71. So my chart is skewed for some reason when I use 5-minute candles. But anyway, so it put in its early high at 65.70. I'm going to switch back to fives, but remember that wasn't the high. The high was down here. So this was the early high from the morning, 65.70. Alan H is the one I want to give a hat tip to because when it was getting close, he basically reminded everybody, hey, this is a bounce play entry, afternoon break of an earlier high, right, on a bounce play. So over 65.70, and it happened there, and it went pretty nicely to 68.41. So, hang on a second. I think it was what, $2.70 a share? I have a typo on my highlight page. I had $20.70 a share. It was not that good. But anyway, so a neat little bounce play call there. That's kind of all I can remember. I'm kind of going by memory because I lost internet and I had something to do this afternoon. So I'll probably leave it at that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that and go into the watch list for tomorrow. I'm not in love with it, but here we go anyway. NKTX, massive volume and a big breakout today. We'll see if it gives any kind of follow-through setup. VERU, recent high flyer, pulled back to the 8-day, and then a big rip again today. So we'll see if that follows through tomorrow. Probably better entries today, though, right, than tomorrow. But remember, I'm a day trader, not a swing trader, so I don't hold anything overnight anyway. ATER is kind of similar. Big move back here, pulled back to the 20-day. And a nice pop today. And look at that strong finish. Again, I wasn't around for that, but so that's ATER. We'll see if it gives any kind of setup. FRGE is a little obscure. You got to squint to see it, but it did actually, that's not an errant tick up to 20. It actually did on Friday go from 1125 to 2013 before closing way down here, though. And then today just put in a very quiet, low volume inside day. but it is worth noting today it topped at exactly 1450. Over that tomorrow, you've got a half number inflection point and maybe on a recent high flyer, and it would be a break of today's high. So certainly worth keeping on a chart. SKYH, it's had like 3 green days in a row now, but it's getting good volume. We'll keep our eyes on that. I missed a huge opportunity this morning. This is as simple as there's the opening candle, topped out at 765. It's as simple as an opening range breakout on a recent high flyer. And I actually glanced at it and thought, hey, if this gets back up there, I should probably call this in chat. And like I looked away, and next thing I know, it's hitting new highs and ended up ripping for most of the afternoon. So to me, that was a missed opportunity by me not posting that in chat when I even kind of considered the idea, and I didn't get the trade either, by the way. But it's strong enough. We're going to keep it on watch for tomorrow. SWVL, another one of these kind of crazy ones recently. The range was 579 low today to 940 before settling at 767. Any stock that moves like that, I'm going to keep on a chart and see if I can catch an A+ setup. LGVN to me is still interesting. You had this pop back here, lower high. It's sort of doing a little cup and handle thing. It's sort of coiling. So I'm going to put it on long watch for tomorrow, only with a proper A+ intraday setup, obviously. Redbox, RDBX continued today. Made it all the way to 443 before closing slightly under 4. Big volume in that one recently, so I'm going to keep it on a chart. Disney did put in that bounce today I talked about. I think it's worth watching for a follow-through of today's green candle tomorrow. Again, just for a trade. Same thing with Alcoa AA. It had the gap down that we look for and had a fairly strong finish. Looking for a follow-through of today's bounce tomorrow. RCAT had a high here, a recent high here, I should say, a lower high, another lower high, but it's kind of coiling and curling back up. I'm going to put that one on long watch. CASA, just like a couple of these others, finally put in a green candle. I'm going to look for a continuation of that bounce tomorrow. That's CASA. DE, which is John Deere, just straight down for 4 days. Although it gave a kind of a big bounce today, but still it didn't break its early high. I'm going to keep that one on bounce watch for tomorrow. Or put that one on bounce watch for tomorrow. I didn't have it on watch today. And then lastly, Mosaic, which is MOS, fertilizer play, which has been really, really strong. And now 4 days down in a row, basically put a little bottoming tail through the 50-day, which isn't on this chart. This is a 60 EMA for my 5-minute charts. But it did put a bottoming tail through the 50-day today. So I want to watch that for a continuation of this intraday bounce that it had today tomorrow. And I'm going to leave it at that. We'll find other gappers to watch in the pre-market as well. I'm glad my internet's back so I could get this done. I'm done babbling. We'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.